The NICD presents a tribute to the progress made to date in the fight against polio. Decades after having contracted the disease, these are some of the survivors that we have followed.
My name is Thembekile, and my son name is Matela, but I was married to Shelembe, and I got divorced. Okay, but going back a little bit, I was born in Pietermaritzburg in KwaZulu-Natal, and we are 9 of us. I'm the third born. Okay, what do I do? I'm a qualified medical technologist, and I got a promotion after doing the IT courses. I'm working for National Health Laboratory Services as a functional analyst or a software consultant. According to the story that my parents told me, I was born with no polio. I was born like any other kids, and at the age of 2, when I was starting to walk, about that, yeah. I think that I walked, and then after that, according to them, there was an outbreak, polio outbreak, I think in 1970, because I was born in 1968. So in that outbreak, and it affected me, and it also affected my father. According to my parents, they say I was admitted at the same time with my father. For my father, because he was old enough, I think he managed to not to be affected as me. For me, that they have to do the operation, of which it make it worse rather than solving the problem. And I think it's because the doctors by the time, they were not sure what is the problem, because they say I lost the strength or whatever, the balance on my muscle. So my muscle and my joint were weak, so I couldn't walk properly. So they tried to do the operation on my right leg, which is affected most, trying to find out the problem, of which it didn't address it. So I ended up sleeping in the hospital. I remember very vaguely in the hospital when my grandmother and my mother used to visit me, and I was with the other kids, playing and. So I think I stayed there until I was 6 years old. And then hence I started late from school. In fact, it affected my childhood in the sense that, like I've said previously, I started school late. And also I was using crutches. And for me, it was not easy to play with the other kids as well. But being free-spirited, I could go out and play whatever I could afford to play at my childhood age. So, and the other thing is, I remember at primary school, this is a such story for a grown-up woman. I remember we were playing with the other kids in the morning, and this old mama, who was the teacher, so we were playing, and we couldn't hear the bell ringing. And he called my name. He said, "Hey, when I'm gonna Matela with 4 legs." I had, I had that anger and that unforgiveness, and I was crying. When I arrived home, I said, "Mama, Mrs. Dooley said I'm with 4 legs. Can you please go confront him?" I mean, being parents, they didn't confront him. But my grandmother, who was so fond of me, confronted her, and then I don't know what she said to her, but eventually she apologized. So those were the negative comments that I got. From the other kids, I remember one said a fight with another kid, like a fight. I remember I took my stick and I hit the girl on my hand. So otherwise, they never. I can't remember being what do you call what do you call the name? Discriminated by other kids. Yeah, so I grew. So after at school, I was brilliant. I didn't do some grade. I didn't do. I just like promoted from one grade to another, and then some grade I didn't do. So hence, I was able to finish with on time with my matric. I never failed school, any classes. So I think it was a gift. I remember when I think I was doing grade 8. There was this lady who came, and when they saw my result, and they say, when are you going places? I wanted to be a doctor. Okay. So choosing the medical technologist, it was a start of being a doctor. Unfortunately, coming from the poor background, I have to sacrifice, because after finishing my diploma, because my parents didn't have money even to pay for my diploma, of which my intelligence opened doors for me, because I got the bursaries. They never paid a cent. And then after I finished my first diploma, I went to do the internship. And then I applied at Modunza to do the medicine. And they accepted. But me being me, I looked back, I said, you know what? I can't leave my parents and my siblings hungry for about 7 years studying. Let me rather forfeit it, and something better might come. So I left it. I didn't go there. And God knowing, I started studying with UNISA, doing the IT things, and I passed. But if I could go back a little bit on the same qualification, the first qualification as a medical technologist, I wanted to do other things, to go to other departments, because medical technology is broad. You got different qualifications. I remember I asked the guy who was in charge, you know what, I'm tired of working in this department. I want to go to work in other department. You know what he said? He said, you know what, I don't think you're going to be able to work because the acid will burn you. I said, are you saying that because I'm disabled or what? But he tried, but unfortunately it was not a black person, it was not I won't say the race. But that's where I felt the discrimination. You know what? I'm being discriminated not because of lack of intelligence or what, because of my physical ability. And then I said, you know what? I want to prove them wrong, whoever. It's not, the life doesn't end in that department that he has obstructed me to go and work. Hence, I pursue my careers in IT, of which I finished in time, and here I am. To be honestly enough, I didn't bother to know about it. I said everything comes for a reason, and having it or not having it is not a limitation. That was my attitude. Why should I know about it? If I can think, then that's it. I mean, I never studied about it. Maybe maybe I started learning about it. But I was very, very blessed to be born in a family that is kind of religious or fears the Lord. Hence, in my family, I was never even one day left alone because of like that, or being kept in the room locked inside because of that. No. Otherwise, I was the apple of my father's eye. Whatever my father would say or do, I was coming. I know I was the first. So going forward, I could say a disease is a disease. Nobody applied to have a disease, and a disease doesn't define you. I'm not defined by my crutches. These are assisting me to walk. I've got 2 kids and 1 grandson. Okay, which is a miracle. Okay, my first daughter, her father passed on while she was very young. And then my son, I was married, by the way. You can know that the people with disability can get married, but it didn't work out again for some reason. I've got a handsome young man that I got from my ex-husband. And I've got a little boy. So my daughter's name is Sibulelo. She's 22-year-old. She's starting with UNESA, doing whatever. What are you doing? Okay, and my second born is Ubulelwa. I used to call him Pendulo Ansas, and he's doing grade 5. And my handsome grandson is 1 year. He's doing grade 0000. Yeah, his name is Gukanya, because I called him Gukanya because Gukanya is light. I foresee light and a bright future for the family. So we're all living together, the 4 of us. Yeah.